All right, let's talk about a new crossover with DC Comics. I love all the crossovers that are happening right now in the comic book industry. Even if you look at we got the Energon universe not too long ago now, and that's an awesome crossover with G.I. Joe and the Transformers and stuff like that, as well as the digital exclusive crossovers with the Fantastic Four and the Flash and Shazam and Thor. So all really cool stuff. But here we go. We've got a new one, which is going to be Homelander, Sub-Zero, and a few others, which we'll get to, going up against the DC characters in the DCKO event. So let's talk about this. DCKO Boss Battle number 1 is an upcoming one-shot that sees icons of the comic book publishing giant, such as Wonder Woman and various others, going head-to-head with a group of villains unlike anyone they have faced before, particularly because they are not native to their universe. Among the notable foes from this lineup are Homelander from The Boys and the Mortal Kombat franchise's Sub-Zero. Okay, now let's just go ahead and look at the full matchup here. We've got Samantha Strong, Vampirella, Sub-Zero, Red Sonja, Homelander, and Annabelle. That is crazy. I love this. It's going to be very interesting. I think the biggest players here are Sub-Zero and Homelander. Although Annabelle what is Annabelle capable of? She might be able to do some crazy stuff just because, if you think about the things that happen in a horror film, the ghost is always able to do things that seem absolutely crazy, appearing in different places and almost like the use of magic, and I actually think Annabelle might be one of the scariest ones to go up against on this team. I don't know that much about Samantha Strong. It's a bear, and obviously it's kind of a bad bear. And we have a bone saw right there in the hand, I'm pretty sure, and a smock to keep herself clean. So that's just straight up creepy. Now, Vampirella and Red Sonja are staples of the comic book industry. They're also very cool characters. Now, I don't know that much about their power set, but I know that they are fan love characters that still buy their comic books to this day. So very cool. Sub-Zero, come on, Mortal Kombat is awesome. And then Homelander, Superman-like Homelander. I would say Superman is definitely more powerful than Homelander, but have we ever had a crossover from The Boys into DC? If we have, please let me know in the comments. But this is a matchup that people have talked about for a long time. Homelander versus whoever. According to the comics official solicitation, the likes of Superman, Aquaman, and other remaining champions in the KO tournament come at odds with these various out-of-this-world characters when, as the final rounds are being prepared, they discover that the Omega energy needed to crown the winner as King Omega is in short supply. The epic crossover promises to deliver matchups of unimaginably epic proportions. And I absolutely agree with that. This is really, really cool. I think Scott Snyder is doing a great job with the DCKO event. He's been, steering the ship for DC for a while now, and I think he's been doing absolutely awesome. And I can't wait to see where this all goes.